Are you into really dark, grim future apocalyptic games? I have got a really special treat for you, something that I came across last year at Gen Con, and today we're going to talk about it. Finally, Degenesis.
Once we were the peak of evolution, bending the laws of nature to our whim. But our legacy has been taken from us.
Hi, and welcome to Second Rate DMs. I'm Scott, and what you see here on this channel is we do news, reviews, GM tips, all sorts of those things. Speaking of reviews, last year at Gen Con, I was wandering the vendor hall, kind of like we all do, and there was this huge sign there with this incredible art that just caught my attention from way across the place. And so I went down there and I found this absolutely gorgeous game from Germany called Degenesis. Now, I reached out to them and I said, hey guys, would you guys mind sending me a copy? And the guys over at Sixmorevodka over there, they hooked me up and they sent this beautiful, absolutely gorgeous sleeved book set. And as we go through this and we talk about this review today, I'm gonna throw up some of the art and things like that behind me that really drew my attention. This game, okay, this game. So really what you're getting with Degenesis is just this really in-depth, dark game that most of it is actually set in Europe. I don't know if you can see the map here, but I'll try to throw it up back here. There are expansions, of course, that do add some more locations to the area, to the world that they've had. But essentially, there has been this incident that has occurred that has thrown all of us, all of the world, into some sort of disarray. And there is these mutants and some kind of weird magic going on. It is just, God, it's just dark. It's just gringy and dirty. And as you can see through these art pieces, they put a lot of time and effort into this product. So the system, they're really not breaking any new boundaries with it. I mean, it is a D6 system. You have certain amounts from your skills and certain amounts from your classes, and then you pool it together into a dice pool, and that determines your success or failure, those kinds of things. The only thing that's different in this one is instead of exploding dice on the 6-pip, they have what's called triggered, which typically is just a genuine success and then kind of pushes that further. So one of the really interesting things about this game that did catch me was during the character creation, you have something that's kind of called your tarot. And what you're going through this post-apocalyptic tarot is how you get your class. So you have examples here like the adventurer, and it gives you an attribute bonus, and of course skill bonuses, the creator, the ruler, basically the full 9 yards of it. And honestly, I think it'd be really cool to set up like a deck of cards and do like a tarot reading to get into your different classes. You also join a cult, and each cult has their own unique bonuses as well as a plethora of lore to get delved into this dark apocalyptic fantasy. I might keep that. It's an easy game to get into system-wise. That's not going to stop you and your friends from playing this game. You're not going to have to spend hours, really plugging away at the system, trying to figure out what's going on with it. What you will spend time doing, however, is reading through this gorgeous book. It's just beautiful. And I'll tell you right now, a big part of our reviews of what we do is product, right? The actual official product. I'll tell you, this thing is glossy. It's beautiful. It feels good in your hands. The pages have that fresh, from the printer. I love that smell. And the artwork in here, the art that we're going to put back here on the screen is just, it's the same. And I tell you right now, you're probably not even going to be able to see how wonderful this is. I mean, if they spent anything part of their budget, I guarantee it is in their artist. The layout is beautiful. Everything is extremely easy to find, and it's easy to pick up. Like I said, it's just a D6 system. What you will spend your time doing, though, is learning about this incredible setting. It is very dark, and every piece of the world has its own unique puzzles and tribes and clans and what has happened to Africa and Europe at these different points in times after this event that has occurred. It's incredible. Like I know I keep saying that, but there's really nothing else I can say. One of the other really cool things about this game, and something I've never seen before, is they have no game trailer. So they have a couple trailers that are out there, and actually I'm going to run them here in the background as we go through. I really wish more companies would do this. And it sounds stupid, but honestly, it kind of gives you a feel of what's going on in the world and what it's supposed to be like, and the depth and the gravity to it. It sounds dumb and unrelatable, but having this behind us gives us that feel. I actually saw the trailer first when I went to Google to find them, to speak to them, and I was like, oh man, this is some good stuff. I have to talk to these guys. And I will give them an extra prop for one of my favorite inclusions in any book when they give it to me. This right here. I don't know if you can see it. Yeah, just this little bookmark. You know, it's a simple thing for people to add to their books, but I tell you what, it saves me so much time when I'm going through these books. I know that sounds stupid, but as a game master, somebody being able to just pick up this book and be like, ah, there we go. What I will say does hinder it just a bit is the price point. So for the box set that you just saw, there's a limited edition one that's black that looks super sweet. But the box set that you just saw, there are 2 books, okay? And one of these is the setting that tells you everything you need to know about the world that you're playing in. The other one is your actual core rule book. And in here you'll find your classes, your skills, and everything else, and how the game works. What's really neat is, I don't know if you can see this, but each class kind of has like this tree up at the top. And these are their advancement points that they can get through as they go through the game, as you level up, throughout it. And again, like you just saw, the art is incredible. The system, it isn't too hard. You know, it's pretty easy to sit down and talk to someone. I actually would like to run this game at Gen Con. We've ran it here at home, but I think it's really good for a Gen Con one-shot kind of game for folks to sit down, kind of get introduced to the system, get a little bit of buy-in to it, and get into that theme of the game. It is bloody. It is gory. It is graphic. It's horrifying. They do a really good job of capturing horror in these books, in this setting, and what it would be like to live in this time. If you are looking for a game that is roleplay heavy, because it is pretty roleplay heavy, and you're looking for a system that's simple, this is it. This is absolutely it. I've had quite a few chances to review some games since we've started this channel. And, some of them have come across the email, and yeah, a lot of them are good, and we'll get to them. But this is a hidden gem that, I tell you what, my other favorite game that I've gotten from Gen Con is called Shadows of Esteron, and it's another game from overseas, that same grim European dark fantasy that they have. And I don't know what it is with Europe, man. They have incredible settings over there. It's kind of like Japan. They're incredible anime, right? So Europe does something with their settings that is magical. Here in America, we tend to have a little bit more generic stuff. Not here. I mean, if you want to just delve all into a system, give this guy a shot. For those of you out there that are convention goers, hopefully at Gen Con, you can try to find a place where you can sit down at a table and give this game a shot, because it really is unique. It has it just gets you. It gets you in the horror feels, and it's one of my favorite games so far this year. I know that this is coming a little bit late in early 2019, but this was my best find in 2018. I'll tell you that right now. Get out there, get a chance to play it if you can, and if nothing else, buy the game. It is a wonderful, wonderful game. As always, guys, thank you very much for liking the channel. Hit that subscribe button if you like these types of reviews and more. And as always, we will continue to be here every week. Have a good one.